see. Here we are. Welcome to round 8 of DTR Racing, the Monaco Grand Prix. The race everybody wants to win. And an important race in the championship. Looking at the standings from last week, we have Fox Blue in the lead of the championship by nearly 20 points. So, a sizable lead for Fox Blue, but anything can happen around Monaco. And we'll have to see just exactly what will happen. Does look like a dry qualifying, which is good news for the drivers. Well, I'm assuming that's good luck. And dry for both sessions is the consensus. Let's see, that will be one of the Mercedes out first. Let's get the telemetry up. That is Fox Blue out first. Oh no, one of the Alpha Taris has made it out before him. That's Travis. Into the casino. Sorry. So, going to be a very tight track full of traffic and plenty of action and intrigue can happen around these streets. We'll ride on board with Travis as he starts his lap. Ooh, one of the Mercedes already round. That, I believe that might be Fox Blue. Indeed it is. Let's see if we can figure out if he has any damage from the off-boards. Doesn't look like it, so I'll have to cool his tyres and go get ready to go. Travis already in the pits, so I believe Travis has damaged his wing, so that'll be Jake round first to start a lap. Up to 7th on the run to Sandovot, spots the braking point nicely, gets the car turned in, a little bit understeer, but well on his way up towards the casino. $19.2 for his first sector. Into the hairpin. Gets around nicely. Nice early turn over Portier, gets a good exit into the tunnel. On the brakes. Gets a good run through there. Stewart has left the session as Jake goes through to the back. Into the swimming pool section now. Up towards the rash cash. See an onboard out the final coil. Out of lap so far, let's see what it will be. And it's a 1:12.2 to start the session. Behind Fox Blues immediately goes a second faster with a 1:11.2. And he's on the medium tyre. Evan slots into third. Laguna now in second. Let's get the tyre information up. Goes up into second. Oh, Fox Blue's gone. Fox Blue's crashed in the casino. Let's see if we can get an onboard of where of its car. Yeah, he's lost the car. I think he might have hit the inside wall, maybe. Oh, and Gerjo's made a mistake there with, and I believe, yeah, Strabuli involved. And Gerjo had the 5-place grid penalty for making contact with Strabuli. Billy looks like to be on a purple first sector, so we'll ride on board for this lap. Good exit of Portier. Tidy exit. Is he committed through to back? Yes, he is. Through the swimming pool, slight lift, can be taken flat out on full qualifying grip, but he is purple to the middle sector as well. This looks like it's going to be the fastest lap of the session so far. Let's see what he does. And it's a 1:10.8, 1.4 seconds faster than anyone else has. No, 4 tenths. Sorry, my brain. 4 tenths faster than anyone has managed thus far. I was still thinking of Legic's lap. Travis on a lap at this moment in time. Very conservative through to back. Maybe missing some front wing, not sure. And when he's tagged the inside wall. With Stewart disconnecting, he will have to wait until the race start in order to rejoin the session because of a timing glitch with the game. Let's see. None of the bottom 3 on laps, though Jordan is on an out lap. Don't know if Elmerix is on a lap or not. He's a 10th down on his time. I think he will be kissing in at the end of this one. Travis, not sure if he's going again or not. Probably will be. He is 10 seconds off, roughly, where you about expect him to be, around the middle of the pack. He's a 10th down on his time though. It doesn't look like he's going to be improving. Jordan has started a lap, 18.8 first sector. This is the braking zone. Nice. Partly yellow flag. I believe that's one of the Mercedes. That will be a Skelios. I believe he'll be. Yeah, he's just letting people through. Jordan 53-0 middle sector. Gets turned in nicely to Raskas. And he goes 6th. Liam Lynch has crashed out of the chicane. Ooh, Travis makes a bit of contact with the inside wall. Don't know how he's DNF'd there exactly. An interesting place to lose a wheel. OJ goes very deep into the final corner. And he knows. Umric starts an outlap. Let's see, no joke, no problem on a lap. He has 3/10 purple. So this could be a fastest lap. I'm not sure if that will be just the game being dumb and showing a false purple sector, but we'll see what he does. He goes second with a 1:11.0. Huss comes round to finish the lap. Sorry there. He goes second now with a 110.9. I believe that's Stabuli up to 8th on the medium tyres. Majek making contact with the outside wall and opted to pit. Skelios not on a lap. And the top 3 all on in-laps, I believe. So Elmerix will be next round to start a lap. Although he's choosing to pit, I believe he may have gotten damage on his out lap. In which case it will be Gerjo next round. Taking it very conservatively on his lap lap, which he should really do at this track, although he has got the AlphaTauri behind him. Well, I'm not sure if he's on a lap or not, but not gotten in the way. Let's see now. Gerjo on the run down towards Sandavot. Spots breaking point well, gets turned in nicely. Good exit as well. On the run for the Casino Square. A little bit of understeer. Billy goes faster still with a 110.7. Didn't catch that. Gerjo is a 10th up on his time. He may have more time to make in this middle sector. Ooh, yellow flag, I believe that will be Jordan. I believe he's letting through the McLaren there. Five times up. This may be a provisional pole from Gerjo, depending on how he can get himself into this final sector. Very deep into Rascats, through into Nose. I believe I'm getting this one named right. If I'm not, then crucify me. Gerjo goes third with a 110.95. Billy in the pits, Huss in the pits. Bruno out there on a lap on the medium tyres, interesting. Be interesting how the strategy plays out for everybody. Obviously, there will be inevitably somebody who breaks the front wing. Stewart looks to be back in the session, which is good news. Although he may have a timing glitch. We will have to see what happens. So far, 18.8 first sector. He has no prior sector times, so we can't see how well he's doing compared to those nearby him. Well composed, nice on the brakes, gets turned in, gets a good exit. On the run 2 to back, darts the car in well, manages to avoid either one of the balls through the swimming pool. And the final 2 corners now. Gets turned in nicely, gets a fairly no-nonsense exit, and it's a 111.2 for Stewart. Excuse me. Jake out there on a lap at the moment. So he's 2 temps down, so I believe that will be an in-lap. Huss just starting a lap. See what he can do. On the run into the Casino Square. Nice and composed. 10th up. And he is purple to the first sector. Let's see if he can make this provisional pole. opting to take Portier in third, maybe avoiding some wheel spin. Through the swing corner now. He's only marginally up on his time. Oh, and he's... Oh, he has spun. Yes. Oh, he nearly spun. Though he did get wing damage there, so that is into the pits for Haas. He does have chance to come round and go for an attempt, though. With the lap time being very short around this circuit. See you then. No jug on a lap. 2 temps up on his time. Into Portier, gets a tidy run. One of Mercedes is around, that will be a Scalios. I believe he may have hit the inside wall. See, back on board with no jug. Through there cleanly. Nice and committed into the back. Same with the swimming pool. Mercedes gets out of his way nice and cleanly. And onto the main straight, let's see what he does. It's a 1:10.5 for no jug. Fastest lap of the session thus far, although Billy is on a lap. Though he has backed off. Opting to save his tyres and get ready to go for another lap. Unless he has damage, we will see now. No, he is coming round to go for a new lap. See what he does then. Nicely poised through Sander Vaughn. Teammate behind him also on a lap. Nice and tight line through the casino. Temp up on his time. Little kiss to the inside wall, weren't doing much harm. Oops, Stewart is out. Stewart has crashed at the hairpin. An interesting place to have crashed. I'm not sure how that exactly happened. Meanwhile, Billy relatively composed on this lap, nice committed into the back. Though he has lost time, he is 2 temps down on his time. Looks like Billy will not be improving on his lap. He does opt to come round to finish it. Let's see what it is. It's a 1:10.8, it's not good enough to improve. Haas has invalidated. Gerjo is on a lap. Let's see what he can do. Oh, I think he's missing a front wing actually. And there he has locked up pretty horrendously into there. Yes, he's missing his front left end plate. So no improvements for Gerjo. Let's see about Jordan. He is lifted off to get out of the way. Let's see Stavrouli. Stavrouli up to 7th. Siguna has invalidated, and I believe that will be qualifying over. Yep, Billy's turned in too early to the chicane there and knocked off some of his front wing end plate. Billy comes round, finish his lap, although it will not be an improvement. It's a 1:13.1 that he sets. So yeah, that's it for qualifying. No jug on pole position. Billy second, Huss third. 4 drivers in the 1 minute 10s, with Lejake setting of 1:11.0. So the stage is set for 39 laps of arguably the most difficult track on the calendar. Gerger with that 5th place grid penalty though, I completely forgot about that, so he will be starting 9th on the grid after that a penalty is applied. Fox Blue obviously crashing out, he will be 7th with that penalty for Gerger, so if he can keep his nose clean, I believe Fox Blue is in a very good position to capitalise. Waiting on the loading now. Here we go. And here we are then, awaiting the drivers to start the formation lap. Five seconds to the grid leaving for the formation lap. Interesting, no smoking sign there, never noticed that before. Because it's the harbour of the streets of Monaco. But we are away for the formation lap. No joke. On pole position in the AlphaTauri. Billy in second in the McLaren. Huss in third in the Williams. Lejake starting fourth. It would have been Gerjo, but he did have a 5th place grid penalty. Stewart 5th. Stabuli in 6th. Very consistent driver. Good at avoiding penalties. So maybe in with a shout of a good result today if he can avoid the walls. Fox Blue starting on the medium tyres. Guna opting to start on the hard compound, which is a very interesting choice, as on this game, well, for one, the hard compound tyre isn't that great of a tyre to be on around here, especially at the start of the race when it's very easy to lose your front wing. And two, most tracks on this game are pretty easy to do soft medium on, just the typical one stop. So it will be interesting to see how well Guna does, if he can avoid getting damage, and if that choice pays off for him. Back up to the front. Right on board with Billy off the start. A little bit of a drift to warm his tyres. As the grid forms up for this race. A few different strategies can be seen. Just waiting on Liam Lynch at the back to pull into position, which he has done. So on board with Billy then. 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. Billy has got a better start than No Jug. Can he go around the outside into Saint Devot? Yes, he can. Billy in the lead. No Jug in second. Huss in third. Meanwhile, further back, Elmerix is into 9th. Gerjo down to 11th. I believe Gerjo is missing his entire front wing. Not a good start for Gerjo, who is now down to the back of the field and will be trundling around with that lack of downforce. Back to the pits. Billy now almost a second clear of No Jug already. Jordan and Elmerix look to be battling. May have missed that. Fox Blue holding steady in 7th on those medium tyres. It's pretty steady right now. Elmerix has a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting. He may have missed the chicane there, I'm not sure exactly what's gone on. Guna is past Evan. Both Alfa Romeos not having a great start to the race. Let's see who or if anyone enters the pits. Oh, and there's a car park. Elmerix has spun. Askelios is out of the race. Guna looks to have made it through with no damage. Both Alfa Romeos are missing front wings. So it has gone from bad to worse for Gojo as there is a virtual safety car deployed. Surprised there's only a virtual and not a full safety car with where that incident is on track and just how much debris there is going to be down there with Askelios out of the race. But it gives the drivers a little bit of a chance to reset, get their tyre temperatures nice and happy, get their heads clear, and it will obviously reduce the time loss for the Alfa Romeo drivers who have both had to change tyres and front wing. See, as we await the green flags, if anyone makes a mistake, gets a drive-through penalty for overstepping the delta. We will have to see. As we are now back into green flag running, No Jug seems to have had a bit of a better restart than Billy, but the gap remains around a second. Same with Huss, with Stewart now 5/10 away from Huss, 1.3 seconds behind to Lejek, who is coming under a bit of pressure from Stavrouli, and Fox Blue still in 7th on those medium tyres. His tyres will begin to be, well, after around 3 or 4 laps, Fox Blue's medium tyres will be the tyres to be on, as the softs do lose a lot of performance compared to the mediums very early on. But Billy now, nearly 2 seconds clear of No Jug, seems to have a lot more confidence in this race trim. Gerjo has passed Evan. Evan is in for another front wing change. Billy seemingly very strong through the first part of the lap, but No Jug getting a bit closer towards in the last sector. Ooh, Lejek in the pits. That is Lejek in the pits with some damage of some sort, I believe. That was a very early pit stop otherwise. Let's see if he gets a wing change. Yes, he does. Right, back up to the front. Huss just within a second of No Jug. Stewart well within that gap than he needs to be. And then a bit of a bigger gap behind, as Fox Blue will now start to possibly make up some positions, though it is notoriously difficult to overtake. Elmerix sets the fastest up on the medium compound, so obviously showing that it is the time to be on. I believe that is Evan letting by the lapped cars. Getting well out of the way. Already a lap down. Not a great start to the race for him. Meanwhile, No Jug has made massive progress on this lap in catching Billy. He is well within a second. Although you need to be very, very close to make a move around here. And it is very difficult to stay within 5 tenths per second as to really sets the fastest lap on the softs. So the softs still have a fair amount of performance in them, but the more they push, the more the drivers on the soft compound tyres push their tyres, the better Fox Blues tyres and anyone else on harder compounds are going to be. You're in a bit of a quiet spot on those hard tyres. Same with Travis, who's out in 8th. Very, very squirrely over the bump there. But his teammate up in 2nd still looks pretty close up the front for the top 6, sorry. I've forgot that Jake had made his mistake. Liam Lynch is past Elmerix. Oh, Elmerix is in the wall. Elmerix is in the wall. Will there be a safety car for this incident? Doesn't look like it. He is well off the racing line. Yeah, no safety car by the looks. Let's Stewart into the pits. I'm not sure if he had a wing change there or not, but he has opted for the hard compound tyre. Another person opting for that very durable compound, although it isn't the quickest around here, as Stewart does indeed get out in front of Jake. Evan has finally made his way past Elmerix's crashed car. Gap 5 tenths at the front. Looks like it's pretty level pegging between Billy and No Jug, which is to be expected because once you get within 5 tenths, unless you're a lot faster than the driver in front, there is that, you do get a lot of dead air when you're within 5 tenths of the car in front. So really, No Jug is right in the place he wants to be to capitalise on if Billy gets a penalty or makes a mistake, and they are pulling away from Huss. Gap of 2 seconds. Fox Blue playing a safe game as Liam Lynch is the first person to pick up a time penalty for multiple warnings, though he does look to be understeering a fair bit. I believe he has damaged his car. Can't tell if he's got any wing damage from the offboards. Gerjo is closing rapidly, as Liam Lynch does indeed dip into the pits. For a second time by the looks, as he is on the youngest soft tyres in the field. Seems like there may have been a bit of a mistake there for the leaders, as Huss is now a lot closer to the lead pair. Someone predicting Fox Blue to win the race, and there's indeed very possible that he could do it. It will depend on obviously what happens with the leaders and with tyre choices, and just if he can get through it, any of the cars. Huss seems to be slumming up a bit, maybe might have collected damage, not entirely sure, maybe he's gone very deep into a couple of corners and really looking to pounce whenever he can, although it is exceedingly difficult to do so, as that is Liam Lynch getting well out of the way of the lead cars, as he should do. And that is now, I believe, the second driver to have gone a lap down, as Gerjo sets the fastest lap on the medium tyre. Oh, Liam Lynch has spun. I believe he may have hit the inside wall up the chicane there. He pulls over to let Jordan through. Up at the front, gap is 4 tenths. This is the closest it's been, but No Joke hasn't had the exit he needs. As Huss into the pits now. Will this be a properly scheduled pit stop, or will it be for a new front wing? That's a new front wing there for the Williams pit crew. And that is a change of wing for Huss, who opts again, another person opting for the hard tyre. We'll see if Stewart manages to get out ahead of him, which looks possible, and yes, he is. Stewart is out ahead of Huss on the hard tyre. At the front, gap nearly widened to a second there, so Billy seems to have a better opening part of this lap. As Gunnar and Lejek both in the pits, so Gunnar has indeed made a mistake on those hard tyres, which is very easy to do with them being a very low grip compound. Stabuli in first, doing well as I predicted earlier, with him being a very consistent driver, though he does have Fox Blue all over his gearbox. Those medium tyres will be looking a lot better than the softs now. And it's around 12 laps on the softs before making a stop, and those soft tyres will not be in the best shape compared to the mediums. Most of the gaps look pretty large from otherwise. Maybe Evan closing in on Liam Lynch at the back, who is caught up behind Jordan, that is. Although, No Joke seems to be struggling on his worn tyres, maybe, because he has dropped out of the second of Billy, and well within the second for Stabuli to have DRS. Well, the gap does seem to be fluctuating a fair bit. Maybe the two lead drivers having different strengths. As No Joke into the pits. No Joke is the first person to pull the plug out of the lead drivers. Is this scheduled? Yes, it is. This is the first... No, never mind. That is a wing change for No Joke. That'll be why he dropped off then. So he does opt for the medium compound of tyre. I'm not sure if he's had... how long he may have had that damage. He may have been just trying to nurse the car to a point where he can try and take the mediums to the end of the race, as he comes out between Stewart and Huss. Back to the front then. The gap is 1.4 between Billy and Stabuli. And Billy driving the race he needs to right now. Fox Blue getting that bit closer to Stabuli. May look to try and make an overtake soon if he can get closer. It's hard to tell who's on the best tyres right now between Fox Blue and the hard runners. Billy into the pits. See if his is for a wing change or not. No, it's not. This is the first routine stop of the race. No wing change here. Billy opting for an undercut to try and pull away from Stabuli a bit. It will depend on where he gets out in comparison to the Alfa Romeo and the Aston Martin. And he is behind them both, but I believe that is Liam Lynch and Evan, who will both have to pull over, as they are lapped. Let's see now. Indeed it is. They will be getting the blue flag message pretty soon, as Evan gets well out of the way. Let's see if Liam Lynch does the same. He will probably pull over on the exit of Portier, which he does. So now Billy into some clean air on those fresh mediums. Let's see if Stabuli responds to pitting. Yellow flags there, I believe that's just lap cars getting in the way, as Stabili does indeed respond, which releases Fox Blue into the lead of the race. See if he can make enough time on those mediums. Although the medium tyres of Stabili and Billy will be better. Let's see where Stabili comes out. Looks like Billy is going to be ahead of Stabili. Indeed he is, sets the purple last sector, and he is well clear of Stabili. Stewart nearly... But Stewart will indeed make the overtake here. Let's see. Side by side on the run up to the casino. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Stabili into the wall, and he's lost his front wing. Very unfortunate for Stabili, but it's so difficult to run side by side around this track. But that will be Stabili back round into the pits. Ooh, that's Billy, Stewart, sorry, that's Stewart into the wall. Maybe a little bit of karmic retribution, I'm not sure exactly, but I'm not sure exactly what's gone on there. Maybe caught up behind Liam Lynch. I'm not sure, but I think No Joke might indeed even be missing end plate. He is. So No Joke missing his end plate, Stewart with no front wing, and Stabili with no front wing. That promotes Huss into a net second place, I believe, with the cars in front of him having a lot of damage, but he is getting held up massively by that up the front. No, he's pitting. Huss may have damage as well. Wow. So that leaves Billy in a world of his own. With Fox Billy still yet to pit, he is nearly 20 seconds out in the lead at the moment. And Billy will be gaining on Fox Blue on those fresher medium tyres. What a strange incident. I'm not sure exactly what went on there. I only caught the latter half of it. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what exactly went on. But Liam Lynch is also boxed, so maybe there was contact at the hairpin. I can't fathom what's really gone on there, but Billy does have a penalty, which may be interesting towards the end of this race. It depends on what Fox Blues can do, but Billy sets the fastest lap of the race on the medium tyres. 21 seconds, nearly 22 seconds the gap to Jordan, who is a further 6 seconds in front of Gerjo. Looks to be driving off the line a little bit. I'm not sure. He's pitting. Gerjo is pitting. He may have collected damage, I'm not sure, we'll have to see. Indeed he has. Alfa Romeo pit crew there with a new front wing for Gerjo, who is in for his second wing change of the race after that incident on the first lap. But Fox Blue out in front. In a nice clean rhythm. Obviously not too phased by the fact that Billy is catching him, knowing that he isn't in the race lead as Travis nearly crosses the exit line. Oh, indeed he does. Travis has crossed the pit exit line there, and also gets a penalty for cutting the first corner, that would be. But he is now a lap down. So, anyone outside of the top 10 only has to complete 38 laps, which some will consider a blessing, as this track is a very difficult one to get right for 39 laps, let alone 38. As Liam Lynch picks up another time penalty on the soft compound tyres, the only driver in the grid out there on them at the moment. Fox Blue will lead nearly just under 11 seconds now for Billy. As Jordan is 23.5 seconds behind and is just on the way to Sabaku now. So pretty much opposite sides of the track. As Stewart is past Jake by the looks. This may get a bit chaotic with all of these cars within a couple of seconds of each other. As Jake gets a penalty, I believe that's no joke, into the wall there. I believe he's missing another end plate. As Jake into the pits, as with no jug. Stewart avoiding damage, Huss avoiding damage, and Tabuli avoiding damage, but the gap now is 3 seconds between Stewart and the Huss. With Gerzo just on his way into Prescott now. I believe somebody just left the session there. It might have been Liam Lynch. I'm not sure who that was. But somebody has left the session. Maybe willingly, not sure. 25 seconds the gap now between Jordan and Billy. And 9.5 for the lead. Maybe some telemetry. Right on board with No Joke and get a bit of a rear camera for the net race leader. As No Joke will have to move over fairly soon. Pulls over on the exit of Portier, lets the McLaren driver pass. The Billy just coming over the crest there. A little bit of a tap at the inside wall for Jake, but nothing too detrimental, as there is yellow flags. I believe that's one of the Alpha Towers. I think that's Winter Travis. Let's see, Stewart gets past Evan and gets past Winter Travis fairly well. These two are pretty close, but Evan is on way older tyres, so will struggle to make it past. Foxblue still in control of the race for now. Up the front, yellow flag, that's one of the Alfa Romeos. That is Evan. I believe he may have lost the rear on the exit of Portier. Looks to have his wing intact though. But it will be his teammate coming round to lap him next. Let's see the gap to the leader. 2 laps down, Liam Lynch. And then everyone up to Lejek is a lap down. And then Gerjo nearly a lap down. But the gap to the leader is very, very big. For most of the drivers. Excuse me. Billy coming round to catch a lapped car there. A little bit of a timing bug there, I believe. I'm not sure exactly what's gone on. But Billy is past all of the lapped cars. A little bit of a gaggle of cars here with No Jug, Lejek and Travis, who I believe is the disconnected car. Looks like he just picked some damage or something there. One of these cars is seemingly glitched. Not sure. Have to see. Stewart is very close to the back of Guna and on fresher tyres, so this maybe could be the only opportunity for an overtake we see all race. Let's see what happens. Stewart has no ERS to work with, so he's not close enough. Oh, Billy's round! I missed that. Billy has hit the inside wall That's okay in there, and I think he most certainly is going to have damage from that. Doesn't look like it from the offboards. His wing looks like it's intact, actually. Let's see if he pits. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have damage, but I believe he spun round, so very, very lucky for Billy. And he is still well within Fox Blue's pit window. So Billy will be counting his lucky stars there. Oh, and that's a front wing gone for one of the AlphaTauris. That's Travis. Let's see if Travis gets well out of the way of Billy, which he will hopefully do. Yes, he does. At least the drivers are throwing good blue flag etiquette. I did indeed miss Stewart getting past Gunnar, and now into a nice world of his own. It will be Stabruli's very close to Huss, though he does have a penalty, which I'm surprised by. Really not normally a driver to obtain them. Running low on fuel by the looks is Stabruli, as is Travis, and No Jug, and Gerjo actually. So a few drivers under fueling and maybe not paying off for them. As Winter Travis in the pits to replace that front wing that we saw go absolutely flying at the casino. Liam Lynch still out there flying the flag for Aston Martin, although he is in a nice, well, he's in a nice pocket of clear air, shall we say. Fox Blue for sure will be pitting in the next few laps. He has saved lots of ERS. He's not, I don't think he's been using any of it. Maybe conserving his tyres, maybe conserving it for when he gets off of these medium tyres, which he has been on since the start of the race. Evan gets well out of the way. Little gaggle of cars starting to form up here behind Gunnar. Stabruli still very close to the back of Huss. Piaggio almost within a second of this group. Jordan driving a very clean race so far in the other Ferrari. I'm not sure how long Jordan has been racing in this tier, but doing a good job so far at the most difficult track on the calendar. Let's see. Stavruli right at the back of Haas. This is definitely going to be the biggest chance for an overtake we've seen on Reds. Round the outside into Sendabot. Gets the move nearly done. Yes, he does. Huss opting to lift off on the run to the casino. Maybe one of the only times you will ever see an overtake performed at Monaco. Pole position. As that's an Alfa Romeo getting well out of the way of everybody else. Good on him. But yeah, Stabruli making maybe one of the only overtakes you will ever see around the streets of Monaco. But he may look to make another on Gunnar. A little bit locked up on the brakes there. That will be Evan getting well out of the way again. And I believe he's a lap behind Lejay, yeah. So I believe that's... yeah, the back three all 2 laps down to the lead. With No Jug and Lejay down by a lap. Let's see. Winter Travis has pitted for the wet tyre. Right. No comment. I don't think anything needs to be said there. Billy may be losing a little bit of time there. No, he looks like he's saving fuel. Yeah, the yellow fuel light coming up in the bottom right. He is trying to save fuel, which may actually bring Fox Blue into a position to win the race, which would be in line with the prediction of Wiser number 7. We'll have to see. It's around about the time for Fox Blue to finally pit in for a fresh set of tyre. Those mediums will be definitely well past their best. 24 laps on them. I mean, fair enough for him. He hasn't damaged his wing. He's been out in his own space, as Stavrouli has indeed gone past Guna. I did miss that. It was well clear. I believe that's Chavez calling them the yellow flags. Out there on the wets. Not sure why anyone would ever do that in a proper race, but each to their own. I'm not sure if there'll be a post-race penalty for that or not. Billy still fuel saving by the looks, as he has lost a fair amount of time to Jordan, as Gerjo has passed Haas. Gerjo and Haas are actually fighting on the run to Tabak. Haas has gone deep into Tabak, and he is indeed missing a front left end plate, so Gerjo is through up into 7th. Haas will probably pit now to repair that wing. Indeed he does. Travis into the pits and back onto the dry tyres, but he has crossed the pit exit line again. Foxbird at the front now. Bog saying, surprised Travis hasn't crashed, and yeah, I'm pretty surprised too, considering he did decide, you know what, I'm going to pit for the wet compound tyres on a bone dry track. So, you know, he's still on the race, so at least he's controlled his car pretty well. Yellow flags, I believe that's just lapped cars. Billy on the back of Huss now, who should pretty promptly let him through. Yes, he does. Billy still fuel saving. Now the gap to Jordan has somewhat stabilised. Stewart gets a time penalty for multiple warnings coming out the final corner. What a strange place to get a warning. I'm not sure how that's happened, or if there's a bit of delay there on the timing screen or what. Oh, that's Travis. Travis has indeed... Oh, he backed up into Fox Blue, that is. He's backed up into Fox Blue. Will there be a penalty for high vulnerable drivers? No, there won't, but... That is an unsafe rejoin if I've ever seen one. So, that one will be most certainly looked into by the stewards. I'd be surprised if it wasn't, anyway. That does hand Billy some time to back towards Fox Blue, but he is still just skating by on the fuel. So this could be an interesting conclusion to this race once Fox Blue pits, and we'll have to see where he comes out. Because I think he will catch Billy if Billy is fuel saving. Because he will have much better tyres and much better grip. Stavrouli into the pits. I believe this will be for a wing change. Yes, it is. Stavrouli in for another wing change. So Guna and Gerjo back past him. See now if Fox Blue opts to pit this lap. No, he doesn't. Very interesting. Fox Blue opting to go very long on those medium tyres, which I'm surprised by, to be perfectly honest. I'm not sure why you would go that long. The softs can do 12 laps pretty easily around here, especially if they're fresh. So I am shocked to see Fox Blue go round again. Well, he will be in pretty soon. Travis gets himself a penalty and he is now 2 laps behind the nearest car. So, yeah, he's only on lap 29, I believe. Ah, the timing screen's bugged out. Gerjo is now past Guna. None of them are damaged, so it looks like a clean overtake, which is a rarity around this circuit, but drivers obviously proving they can do it. Billy looks to have picked up the pace somewhat. Within about 17 seconds now. Still just teetering on the edge of fuel consumption. As Fox Blue pits, Fox Blue has finally come off those crusty old mediums onto a fresh set of soft compound tyres. Let's see if Billy will come out ahead of him, but it doesn't look like it actually. I think Fox Blue might have the jump here. Oh, it's going to be close at least. A lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Never mind, Fox Blue is indeed behind Billy, but he's already within 3 seconds. And with 9 laps to go, Fox Blue, if he doesn't make a mistake, Fox Blue is going to win this race. For certain. He's on the much better tyres, he doesn't have a penalty. Billy is fuel saving as well. I believe he's got Huss behind him, and Huss will be probably getting a little bit frustrated in his cockpit, but like, I can't really overtake the leader because it's the leader, but he's just driving very slowly. Well, from the rearwards view of Billy, who can already have Fox Blue in his sights. 1.4 seconds to gap. There will be a second by the end of this lap, surely. Yeah, Fox Blue is just so much faster on those soft tyres. Let's see if he opts to make the overtake here. No, he doesn't. Saves his ERS. Saves his tyres. But we will be in striking distance to go past Billy at pretty much any moment when he sees fit. With those better tyres. Though he's playing it very safe. Very 2019-esque with Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, but obviously with the lead car having a penalty, it will be the second place car who is in position to win. It will be a little bit anticlimactic if I do say myself, if Fox Blue doesn't opt for the move, but you know, it may be a smart idea to play it safe with the driver in front having a penalty and the next car 24 seconds behind. So he is using his overtake out of, in towards center, but isn't close enough. Travis is out. Travis has indeed finally crashed. As Liam Lynch is missing front wing, so I believe... Oh, safety car! I completely missed that. That is a safety car deployed. That blows things wide open. Because Billy now can save fuel. And get on... Will he pit? That's an interesting question. Jordan pits? Pretty much everyone's probably going to pit here. This is a rare occasion for a safety car to be called out at Monaco. I'm not sure what Billy should do in this situation. I know he can save fuel, but even then, once he gets back up to full speed, it still probably won't be enough to hold off Foxblue, who was on the much better tyre compound. I think it's a bit of a dilemma for Billy. I don't know what I would do in this situation if it was me. So I'm glad it's not me. Let's see if Billy pits. No, he doesn't. Foxblue does. Foxblue pits. Wow. Okay, this is very interesting now. Just Division 3. Just you never know how this is gonna play out. It's just a yeah, Bog. There is indeed a safety car being deployed. I swear you can't go a race in Division 3 without there being a late race safety car to throw everything out of whack. But to be honest, I thought Blue had a free pit stop there, really. I'm surprised he pitted, considering it wouldn't be that much of a difference, but I suppose he wants to be on the freshest tyres he can be, considering there will be now, with the safety car bunching up the field, there will actually be a car behind him within striking distance. We'll also have to see what the lapped cars end up doing, because, you know, there's Evan and Lejake between Foxblue and Jordan. So, this is gonna be so interesting as to what happens and just how it plays out. Like, Billy is the only person to have made a singular stop in this race. Foxblue on 2, Jordan on 2, and then pretty much everyone else on 3, apart from Guna, who's made 2. And then Lejake on 5. It's gonna be... I don't even know what the hell's gonna happen here. Excuse my language. But, you know, it's so rare that you actually see a safety car in action around this track. Not alone in a league race. But I don't know what's gonna happen. Division 3 is always very good at doing that. But you never know. Ay. I mean, it's going to be at least another lap before it's called in, but the best half of the latter half of the field only just coming round to finish their lap now. Still a long way behind. I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. I'm at a loss for words. Because, you know, in all my time driving F1 games and driving around Monaco, I've hardly ever seen a safety car for the past few games. I think there's been some kind of bug with it. It looks like it's... I mean, there's been a virtual in this race as well, so I guess Codemasters have gotten on top of it. That's an Alpha in the pits. That's Evan in the pits, actually. So he is opting to get out of the way of the top 4. So the top 5 are actually pretty much line astern, with the lap car of Lejake in the middle of them, who will obviously get out of the way. Just gonna have to see when the safety car comes in, with Evan only being on lap 33, so he will be going to lap 37 of 39, so 2 laps less for Evan to complete, which I'm sure you'll count as a lucky blessing. Huss gets a 3-second time penalty under the safety car. Not sure how he's exactly done that, but I'm pretty sure the safety car's going to be in this lap. There's not that big a gap between No Jug and the car in front, which is Evan on the back of the queue, but we'll have to see just when this safety car is called in. It's been so long since I've seen the safety car, I'm not sure when exactly the race director is going to call it, or where it will be called from. Oh, there we go. Safety car is indeed in this lap. And rightfully so, as the field is now bunched up together. Never really seen it. Oh my god, Stewart and Cerulli have made contact under the safety car. Just when you think this race couldn't throw more at you. Oh, yay. Still, we're away for the restart. Billy leads with 3 laps left. Fox Blue will obviously want to try and get past as soon as he can now with Jordan behind. Hope AJ gets well out of the way of the car behind. Indeed he does. No Jug dropping back a lot from Cerulli. Evan in the pits again. Billy still holding on to the official race lead with those rather old medium tyres. Pretty nice off-board camera there. As they run through the harbour, through to back. Into Rascassen, as he knows. Fox Blue isn't really close enough to have a look, but he doesn't need to really. I mean, I'm sure he'd like the glory of taking the prestigious Monaco Grand Prix on track, so we'll have to see what happens. But looks like there's a bit of a gap forming between Cerulli and No Jug, who is on those very old mediums. Goes up the inside. And he is through. Back to the front of the field. Fox Blue dropping back a bit from Billy. Might be opting to look after his tyres, just stay safe. Do it with a 3-second time penalty, or multiple track limit penalties. Fox Blue is a lot faster through the swimming pool section on these fresher tyres. When he's very close, has to lift off. Making a little bit of a mistake there. Excuse me. DRS enabled for the final 2 laps. Not that it will make much difference if No Jug into the pits. It's pretty much his race down the drain. He's in for a front wing change. Although he can't be overtaken by Jake. With them both being a lap down. Or 2 laps down in the case of Evan. Hell, he may even be... Yeah. Let's see then. Jordan within a second of Fox Blue, so... Billy obviously trying to back up Fox Blue. Maybe force an overtake. Jordan... Ooh, that's... Stewart in the wall. Oh, he's missing his front right end plate. That'd be why the cars are going slowly behind him, because he obviously has no front wing. As we round onto the final lap of this, can Fox Blue make it past anywhere? I think he was thinking about a look into the casino. He wasn't close enough. Billy has expended all of his ERS deployment pretty much. So Fox Blue could be well within a shout of going through and move out of the tunnel if he gets close enough through Portier. Which he hasn't really done, so doesn't look like there's going to be an overtake on track here for Fox Blue. Yep, lifts off, just nice and steady on this final lap. Obviously, doesn't want to crash out when he's in position to win the Monaco Grand Prix. As he round through the swimming pool chicane into Rascaps for the final time. Marin Anthony-Noge. As Fox Blue wins the Monaco Grand Prix, with Jordan second, Billy third, Stavruli fourth, Gerger actually up to fourth, though I believe Stavruli will have his 5-second penalty removed. Stewart down to 8th, Guna 6th, Huss 7th, Stewart 8th, Leje finishing in 10th, will be at a lap down, Evan finishing 11th, will be at 2 laps down, and that leaves No Jog in Life, who I believe is going to finish the race without a front wing. Fair enough to him. At least he's made it to the end, unlike Liam Lynch, Travis, Elmert, and Skelios. That is the end of the Monaco Grand Prix. And, I mean, Division 3 just throws up crazy races every single week. A very exciting Monaco Grand Prix, which normally can't really be said about it because it's Monaco. You can't overtake. You can't. Well, I mean, I say you can't overtake, but people prove that wrong. So Fox Blue wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Started 7th on the medium tyres. Was as predicted correctly for the winner of the race. P7 and P8, that 4th row of the grid, finishing 1-2. Billy finishing 3rd, Gerger 4th with the fastest lap. Stavruli 5th, Guna 6th, Huss 7th, Stewart 8th, No Jog 9th, who started on pole. It wasn't a great race for him, unfortunately. Then Leje in 10th, Evan in 11th, and then the rest of the field not finishing the race. But that has been Delta T Racing for the Monaco Grand Prix in Division 3. And I'll see you all next week.